This video is sponsored by Desenio. Hello, dear my friends. Welcome back to my channel. I'm Danie, and today's DIY in progress is another exciting episode of a series I like to call Love It or Thrift It. This is a series where I take furniture pieces from your home that you have simply fallen out of love with, and you're fighting this internal battle to either keep it because it's super functional or thrift it away because it's just not what you ultimately want. It is my goal to take your furniture piece and make you love it again. At the end, I will present this newly transformed piece, and it'll be then you can finally decide if you officially love it again or you thrift it away and take some money instead. Did that rhyme? Before we get started though, if you are new to this channel, welcome. Feel free to hit that subscribe button and join this marvelous creative beast community. We do all things home and DIY, and sometimes we can get a bit weird, but we like weird here. So with that said, let's get flipping because I have a lovely lady to win over. Editor, roll the tape. Boop. Before we get started on our cool custom thrifted piece, I wanted to take a minute to thank the sponsor of today's episode, Desenio. My Sean Connery now. Thank the sponsors of this episode, Desenio. They got great art. End of discussion. Listen, there is no question we want to love the art we hang on our walls and have it express a piece of ourselves within it. But beautiful custom art isn't always the easiest to find. It can be expensive, it can take years to properly curate, and sometimes we don't have either of those things. We want our homes to look beautiful right now. So I say make it easy and find beautiful curated art online at Desenio. Desenio makes shopping art fun. They offer trendy, high quality prints and frames with its collection constantly updating. Their motto is stylish wall art should be affordable to everyone, and honestly, that is something I couldn't agree more with. They offer such a wide variety of poster and print options from abstract text, botanical, travel, kids, and with Halloween around the corner, they have some amazing options to help get your home ready for the season. Basically, their website has something for everyone at any time of the year, and you can even pick the frames for each art piece right from the website, including mats. So it's really just a one-stop shop for all of your artwork needs in your home. You place the order and it just shows up on your doorstep. What a beautiful thing. I'm excited to collaborate with them because they have given me a discount code, DANIEDIY, that gives you a 45% off discount code that you can use for prints. So go get shopping, DIY friends. Later in this episode, I will be gifting custom Desenio art prints to Eilish. But in the meantime, let's get going on our thrift. To the thrift lab. Okay. Got a spot of tea here. Oh, that is not dunked long enough. Go give it a good dunk.
What is going on?
So let's chat about who we are transforming this piece for. Meet the lovely Eilish. Eilish is a children's animation production manager in Toronto. Super cool job.
So my name is Eilish, and I am an animation production manager here in the city of Toronto. The people are the best part of the gig. You have to kind of love the people and the kind of media that you're working in, and animation draws in just like the best weirdos.
She has recently moved into a new space with her soon-to-be hubby, Jeremy. By the time this episode goes out, actually they might be married by now. Cute. Their new home comes with a new dedicated office space, which is very exciting for Eilish because she finally gets to express her own personal nerdy style that may differ a tad from her partner. So she's very excited about this.
My personal tastes and like the industry that I come from, like I'm definitely the nerd in the family. Jeremy is definitely the stylish one.
And I feel like that's a pretty relatable thing. A dedicated office space for Eilish is like the perfect time for her to really let her personality shine. And I love that I get to help her do that. So in this office, Eilish has like an old circa 2005 IKEA wooden box. Now, honestly, if she hadn't told me, I never would have guessed this was IKEA. It's that old. But the way I see it, we got a pretty basic looking storage box. Now, Eilish wants to keep this box because it's something that she's had ever since she was a teenager. teenager. It's traveled with her from place to place, so it's kind of got some sentimental value attached to it. At the end of the day though, it is a box and it's super functional, so I can understand why she wants to keep it.
It just kind of sits there, like looking like it's from IKEA from 2005. It would be nice to see it transformed into something that's a little bit, not even a little bit, like a lot better.
Eilish considers herself kind of like as a grown-up weirdo, a kid at heart, which I can relate to. Her bookshelves are full of fun figurines and art, and she really wants that nerdy expression in her office space. I believe she used the word grown-up goth and definitely wants something edgy.
I'm definitely like grown-up goth might be the good the way to put it. It's a funny way to think of yourself, but yeah.
She is a big fan of brutalist shapes and surrealism type art, and beyond all that, she did mention that she wants this office space to also feel feminine. So that's a really good direction for me when thinking of what to do with this piece. The goal for this piece is to hold all of her art and creative materials, so I'm feeling pretty excited for that, because what I'm hearing is that we have permission to be super creative, super weird on this piece, which means we got a creative piece project on our hands, and I'm like, ooh, nearly. Bring it on. I'm ready. So let's talk about the plan. First of all, we need to take into account what Eilish wants from this piece. So she asked for it to be functional storage for her art supplies, non-traditional, stay modern, but remove the IKEA and make it weird, add a dark feminine twist, and consider her love of brutalist shapes and surrealism. I'm kind of getting some like Beetlejuice meets sophisticated goth vibes. So that's what we're gonna do to this piece. We got to make it weird. Yeah. So based on all of this, which is a lot, it's a lot. This is what I'm kind of thinking for the direction. First off, we are going to completely give this piece a paint up. I mean, Eilish had these dark red bookcases in her office space that she loved. So I thought it would be really nice to bring that color into this piece as well. Plus, we all know that I'm really having a moment with this deep burgundy red. So why fight it? You know what I mean? So next, my mood board here really brought in a bunch of different looks and styles as my inspiration. We kind of have a dark and feminine vibe here, modern and unique shapes. I also pulled in this really interesting kind of two-tone examples that gave me a lot of inspiration for this piece. I'm also loving this kind of graphic pieces with some stripped detailing, kind of like little Beetlejuice-esque vibes.
It's showtime.
And then I created a section for like the brutalist and surrealism furniture. So I think I want to create some kind of multi-purpose element and add a black velvet top just to create some extra seating in her office space. I just also think like a nice soft cushion top could add a little bit of femininity. It's gonna feel feminine. I think we could add some new feet with a unique shape. And I think we have the liberty to create a really unique moment on the inside of it. And I'm very drawn to using that kind of striped Beetlejuice-esque detail for that. And then on the front, this is a creative box. She wanted it weird, so I kept thinking about this two-toned idea. Then I got thinking about this idea that creativity is trying to seep out of the box as if it was beginning to take over this beautiful, elegant box from the inside. So I kind of want to create this like wrap type detail that will look like it's over top of the box and like using this glossy detail on top. I mean, ultimately my goal is to go weird, but also keep it feminine and elegant, so not to like cross the line too much. You know, honestly, I'm really thinking of other things, but I think for now this is a great jumping off point to truly just get me inspired. And who knows, this is a true creative beast project after all, so let's see what the creative beast brings out as we go. I'm excited. We have the box. I do see some scratches on the top, which is okay. That's to be expected. She's had this since she was like 16 years old. We kind of have this beveled front edge, which if we're trying to give this a modern update, I think there is things that we could do to kind of modernize it. This hardware is quite good. I think we won't touch the hardware. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. And then on the inside, we have this kind of like melamine board. This backing seems to be the only non-wood element of this entire thing, which is good for us because that means a lot of things can be changeable or fixable. So we have feet that are held on by screws. A little weird, but that's okay. So I think my first step is going to be to detach the top, give this a light sand, prime it, and then we can start talking about paint. Let's turn you into something weird. Yes, sir, Box. We certainly will. The piece is primed. I've added this bag on the top side so we don't get any paint on the inside, but let me show you the color we're painting. So this is called Crimson Red. She's like a pinky red. It is a beautiful color. I'm very excited. I am using a cabinet and trim satin paint because this is gonna give it that really kind of professional furniture look. And I love the satin. It means that you can clean it. It's actually more durable that way. So we're going with this. I'm gonna be using a paint sprayer. This is just gonna give it such a beautiful finish. And I'm so excited because this is so fun to use. If you don't have a paint sprayer, highly suggest you get one because they're fun. Let's start painting. Now that we are waiting for our paint to dry, we're working on the piece that's going to wrap around the box. And this is going to be like the creative monster that's taking over the creative box. So what I want to do is I want to kind of just figure out what my shape is going to be. It's very fluid, but I do need to measure out this piece. I have a 1/4 inch board here. So let's kind of play with some designs and see what we can come up with. What feels the most I'm a monster taking over a box vibe?
You got it, no doubt about it. They keep coming back for you. You're so hypnotic, no one can top it. They keep coming back for you. Know what you gotta do, get wild. You ain't gotta play it cool, get wild. Take a rocket to the moon, get wild, get wild, get wild. Show me how you do it, the way you move it. They keep coming back for. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back. They keep coming back.
These look so cool. I'm really happy with the way they turned out. They're very animated, which I think is good for an animation production manager. You know, I think it's gonna be fun. What I have here is a matte in the color Blackout. This is my favorite black, as we all know if you're familiar with this channel. And we're gonna go over all of these with a matte black, and then we're gonna have fun with a high gloss. So stand by. We need to get through the matte black first before we can get cool again. Let these dry, and then tonight off camera I think I'm going to do a second coat so that tomorrow we have a perfect matte black to start with for the high gloss brutalist shapes. So I'm feeling pretty good. I think I got a lot farther than I thought I was going to get today, so I'm feeling pretty good. So I'll see you tomorrow, friends. Woohoo! Good morning, DIY friends. So there is one task within this DIY project that I've been putting off, and that is the upholstery. Now, if you are familiar with this channel, then you know that my past upholstery projects haven't always been the best. Sometimes I bring in experts like my mom. Luckily, mom's here because, I mean, I could do it, but you know, today we are going solo. I'm going into this with a positive attitude, but you just never know. Upholstery is just one of those things that always seem to get ya. Cross fingers for me at home, all right? So I have a 1/2 inch plywood board here. It's just a cruddy board I had lying around, but it's gonna be perfect to create the base for the upholstery. But I've already figured out what my spacing for all of my buttons are going to be. So I've actually put it on this straight edge so we can use this as our guide. But let me show you the fabric. It's really pretty. It's this beautiful black velvet, and I'm just in love with it. Also, can we just like hear it for the ASMR? Okay, it got weird. We're gonna cover this in this beautiful black upholstery, but I also have a button kit because we are going to make our own custom buttons so that we can create that tufted look. But we are not ready for the fabric just yet, so I am gonna pop this off to the side here. I'm gonna be doing marks that are 5 from the sides, 7 in between, and then I'm gonna mark this off and then we can get going. We're making little teeny tiny buttons. So I literally just got this button kit on Amazon. There's nothing fancy to it. We have this little punch that's gonna help make the button, and then you're given the button top and the little section that you would use to add the button to the end. So what we need to do is cut a little piece of fabric here. We're just going to add our button into that. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm going to cut the excess, and then we're just gonna tuck all of that material into. Excuse me, when did you learn how to open doors? And then we're gonna take this piece, pop it in there, then we're gonna take this piece, and then we're gonna push with all our DIY might. And then we have and there we go. We have a teeny tiny little button that's fuzzy. It truly is as cute as a button. Let's make more buttons. Okay, so I have this scrap piece of wood here because I actually want this to be my guide for where I want my buttons to sit on the upholstery. So I'm actually going to pull this through my knobs here. I'm gonna make this sit on top of my guide here, which is 1.5 inches. And I'm actually gonna take a marker and just mark that spot. So this is going to help me know where my string needs to be once I pull it through the upholstery, so I know exactly how tight to pull it. So I'm gonna do this for all 8 of these spots, and then we'll just keep going. Is this the ugliest staple job I've ever seen? 100%. But is she going to stay and go nowhere? Also 100%. But look at that, we have a beautiful lush velvet. Now we can finally move on to all the fun stuff. Yay! This is going to sit on this just for a sneak peek so we can start to see how the vision's looking. Do we love this so far or what? I'm feeling very excited about this, but we still have so much to do. It's insane. So we need to get inside. We need to start brutalizing these gooey things, stripe the inside, attach the cushion top, and then we need to add feet, and then we can start celebrating. Okay. So we are doing some brutalism. Yeah. So, Eilish had talked about this idea around brutalist shapes, and I really wanted to bring that into this piece. So I thought this would be a really fun opportunity to kind of play with matte and gloss together. What I have right here is a high gloss in black, and what we're gonna do is create all these like fun brutalist shapes in the high gloss that's gonna pop off of this matte, and I just think it's gonna look super cool. There's a lot to know about this architecture, but I think just to simplify it for our piece, we're just gonna go with some hard lines and keep it at that. So wish me luck because I'm going in. So really cool element that I thought would look really fun on this and just really make it pop is we're gonna gold leaf the inside edge of the swoosh. We're gonna come up with a better name for it. Right now, what I have is this adhesive sized metal leaf glue. It's kind of just, it's a specialized adhesive for gold leafing. So we're gonna apply this onto the edges, and then we're gonna take these dainty little leaf sheets and we're just gonna like stick it right into there. The glue kind of has like a milky look to it. So we're just gonna wait until that milkiness dries up and it looks clear. And then once it's clear, that's when you know it's ready for gold leafing. Well, my friends, that was quite the day. I'm actually super stoked with the way that this turned out. I love this. I love the glossy detail. Check that out. How fun is that? And then when you turn it, you're just hit with some gold. How fun is that?
Gold!
I don't know if I would say that these shapes are like fully brutalist, but you know, I think there's something there with the shapes, and hopefully it looks okay once it's layered on and it's on the box. It's just supposed to be a very subtle detail. So tonight I really want to get the striping on the inside of the box done. I think I am going to work late into the night. We're like so close to the finish line. I can feel it. So buckle up, friends, because we're going into a late night montage. It is officially 10:28, but I got the box done and I think it looks so good. And the lid over there looks really good, and I'm really excited with how all of this is turning out. So it's been a late night, but a rewarding one. I'll see you tomorrow. Good morning, friends. Today is a very important day because today we are bringing everything together. I am a step ahead because I already have the feet ready. Boo! So I got this from Pretty Pegs. This is a beautiful foot. I love the shape of this. Very trendy, very modern, and fun. It's fun. We're trying to have fun with this box, and I think that's what these feet do. The problem with these feet are the fact that the bolt that fits into them, unfortunately, is a very strange size bolt, according to every hardware store that's in Canada. So I couldn't find the proper T-bolt that goes into this piece so that I can screw this in. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna use a bolt, put a hole through the bottom, and then we're just gonna bolt it from the inside. Holly's gonna actually help me because she's here today. Yeah, so she's gonna hold a piece of wood inside so that when I drill through, I don't blow through the inside. I'm starting with a teeny tiny drill point, and then I'm gonna go through with a bigger drill. Let's put some feet on. I'm sitting in a Michael's parking lot, literally, I don't know if you guys see that, because I attached the top pieces, turned the box over, and then just looked at it, and I was like, this is not right. Something about the two-tone piece is just not, I don't know. You know when your gut's telling you this isn't good? That's what my gut was telling me. Like, I couldn't even turn the camera on. I was like, I was in panic mode. I'm like, I have to go and reveal this to Eilish tomorrow, and I don't like it. Like, I couldn't. I'd have to like tell her no. So I'm here to buy this like crazy gold metallic paint. I want to sand down the blobs, paint the top layer, the gold, and see what it looks like. If that doesn't fix it, I'm just going to paint both of them out black, and then I'm going to stripe them so that it looks like the stripes from the inside are coming out of the outside. Sometimes this is the way she goes. This is the creative process. I'm doing this for the first time. Sometimes that's the way she goes. All right, I'm gonna go into Michael's. I'm gonna go get the paint that I need, and then I'm gonna get home and we'll see how this goes. Wish me luck. Well, it has been another late night. I'm sorry I had to stop filming for a while. I went through like a creative panic because after we put the gold on the piece, I just, like, my heart sank right into my feet. And I was just like, no, we have to change this. I gotta listen to my gut. So the gold is gone and I changed some other things about it. But I'm like kind of thinking maybe I'll wait till tomorrow to show you guys the changes so that you can kind of see the reveal. This might be the time where someone actually goes, I'm gonna take the money. And honestly, I wouldn't blame them. I don't know. It is very far outside my design style, which is challenging, but creativity is creativity, right? And in this moment, I have to trust my creativity. I need to believe in my magic. You know, it's just sometimes I'm just so worried that I've let somebody down, but hopefully, maybe I haven't. Maybe Eilish is gonna love this, but I thought that it would be good for me to share this struggle because I feel like things like this happen to everyone, every creative person all the time. You know, we can't always be right on the mark every single creative project. And, you know, it's a struggle to be perfect. You know, these things happen in creativity. You've got to make it messy. You've got to make mistakes, try something new. So anyways, I'm choosing to stay positive. I've been staring at this thing for 3 days straight now, and perhaps maybe I'm just like being way too hard on myself. So there are things that I love about this piece and there are things that I'm questioning, but you know what? I will show up at Eilish's tomorrow. I'm gonna sell the crap out of this piece and I hope that she loves it. I hope she wants to keep it, but maybe she'll just want to thrift it away and c'est la vie. I'll have to accept that. So let's get to tomorrow because we have a questionable day ahead of us. I'll see you tomorrow, friends. DIY friends. I am at location. I am in Eilish's office. There's so much fun stuff in here. She's such a nerd and I love it. I especially love that she is a nerd of Drag Race. I'm a big fan of all of this.
Party!
We are here. I'm sweating profusely, and not because their house has like 10 flights of stairs. I'm sweating profusely because I'm feeling a little bit nervous, but that's okay. She's gonna love it. I just have to believe it and I have to know it. But before we get the piece in, I wanna show you guys the pieces of art we're gonna be hanging above it. These pieces of art are from Desenio, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, and Eilish actually helped me pick them out. So let me show you what I got her. All right, so check this out. We have the glitter eyeshadow. This is such a great pick. I love this. This is so feminine and like just so Eilish. We have the pomegranate star. And as you can see, we kind of have a color theme going on. And then the last one is these bunch of poppies. Beautiful, love it, great pick. So let's get these on the wall and let's get this piece in. I'm so excited. We are ready to reveal. I'm gonna go get Eilish and cross fingers. You're now in your office.
Hello, office.
I want to remind you, what did your box look like before?
It was a box.
It was very pine.
Very pine.
Very old school, circa IKEA. You are a woman who loves the weird. You embrace the weird. You are a kid at heart. You are a nerd and all those things. And that is exactly what I wanted to bring in this box.
I'm excited. I'm
All
so
right.
excited. I can feel it. It's in the air.
Oh my God, I'm so nervous. Okay, I've never been so nervous for a reveal in my life. 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's cool. Oh, it's cool. I'm sorry, I swore it.
I've had a heart attack
So
for 2
cool.
days.
You painted the inside of it.
As you know, this series is called Love It or Thrift It. I happen to have right here $100. So I give you the choice. You can either love this box, or I will give you $100 right now. You can take this money, I take this box away, and you find something else for your space.
No, I love this. I'm keeping it. I'm keeping the box.
I had to pay somebody else after this.
Thank you so much. This is incredible.
So relieved. I'm gonna go home now. Okay. Dear friends, that was an emotional roller coaster on a creative level for me. I had no idea what to expect in this reveal, but I'm so glad that Eilish loved it. You guys should let me know. What did you think? I know this is not for everyone, so this is definitely a specific taste, but I am so happy that Eilish loved it because honestly, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Of course, a big thank you to the sponsor of today's episode, Desenio. If you guys want a discount on prints right now, use the link in my description box to get 45% off prints, so go shop some art. And of course, a big thank you to my Patreon, my DIY family. If you are looking for a DIY community to connect to and share all your DIY fun, the link is in my description box. Go check it out. And of course, my friends, as always, stay positive, get messy, get creative, and keep on DIYing. Bye-bye.